Hi, I'm Alex Ybarra. I'm the state representative for District 13. I represent Grand County, Kittitas County, and North Yakima County. Well, I'm here in Olympia for a 60-day session. We already have 500 bills that have been introduced to the legislature, so we will be deliberating over those bills over that 2-month period. And for the people that want to find out about those 500 bills and how they're going through the session, you can actually go to my website and you can find all the information you want about all the legislation that's passing through the session. So the top issues this year are obviously affordability. And most of you know that the price of a gallon of gas has gone up 50 cents a gallon. And part of the reason for that particular rise is because of CCA. And when that particular act went into being, what happened is that all the businesses across the state of Washington who emit carbon in the air have to pay an allowance. So every one of those companies, including gas companies, oil companies, people that give you your gas, flow down those costs from the allowance that the state made them pay for into your gasoline. So that gasoline that was at, let's say, $4 a gallon is now $4.50. One of the guarantees when the act was passed was that all the farmers were exempt from paying that tax. But in all reality, what happened is there was no mechanism that the state of Washington put in place for the farmers to get that rebate back for that extra 50 cents a gallon. And as most of us know, diesel, gasoline cost tons of money, especially if you're a farmer working with tractors and hay balers and all that equipment that they use. And so those farmers are out that money. So in order to get the refunds back to our farmers, there was a bill introduced at the last session, which was House Bill 1780, which would do exactly that, get that rebate back to the farmers. And I will be supporting that particular bill as it comes to the legislature this year. We need to get those funds back, just like the governor of the state of Washington promised he would do. And for all the folks that aren't farmers and aren't part of that particular bill, I'm also fighting to make sure that there's a rebate bill that's coming through the system, which would give most folks in the state of Washington $180 rebate for the amount of gas you have to pay, or the 50 cents per gallon. It may not be the exact number, but it's something. We're doing that right now, but at the end of the day, what I'm doing is trying to make sure the Climate Commitment Act, CCA, is going to be either thrown out or we're going to reform it where it doesn't cost the folks of the state of Washington monies to buy gasoline at 50 cents more a gallon. So I've introduced 3 bills. The first bill is House Bill 1948. And basically what that is there's what's called the Initiative I-937, which is an energy bill. And what that does, it has renewable energy credits. And part of those credits, we have what's called a volunteer renewable energy credit market. And we're trying to make sure that we change the language so that does not cost the taxpayers any monies. The second bill is House Bill 2234. Basically, again, part of new legislation that happened. We want to support the folks that can't afford to always pay their electric bill. And so there's provisions in these laws that are going to make that happen, but some of the language in the law needs to be changed in order for us to make sure that the folks that actually need that help get it. And the last bill I'm going to be sponsoring is going to be House Bill 2173. And that particular bill is when one law gets in place, it may contradict another law that's already in place. For the folks at home in Ellensburg, you use natural gas. You have a utility that uses natural gas, and there's an Open Public Meetings Act, which is in contradiction to some of the requirements of CCA. So we're trying to make sure that the languages work together and don't work against the city of Ellensburg, again, to keep the price of natural gas in Ellensburg down. And that's about it. That's about first week. It's a heck of a good start, I think. Have a lot of bills in place, and I think that it's going to be a good session for all the folks back on the 13th. Thank you.